YouTube friends, this is Josie G, and welcome to an edition of Fashion Friday. I'm actually with Jaja, and she looks like a princess today. She's laying on her little satin pillow. Oops, I see her satin pillow needs some attention here. It needs a little lace sewn on. I didn't notice that in that little patch. But anyway, she's still dressed in her really pretty floral dress that has a little green satin ribbon on the back. I love that. So pretty. And the reason I'm doing a Fashion Friday with her in the same outfit that she had on Easter, I just can't bear to take this dress off of her, it's so cute, is because I am highlighting her little pink crown that I crocheted for her with a little pink satin ribbon. It's so cute. And I made it a little bit bigger for her. And her little pink slippers. I had to try these on her. I was just anxious to do so. Because I made these specifically just for her to see if they would fit. And I'm going to take one off of her right now. The little the little pink crocheted slippers are actually really super small, as you can tell. They fit in the palm of my hand right here, because her feet are so extremely tiny, and she is bigger than Petal. You know, you've seen Petal. Petal is a preemie, and Jaja wears newborn clothes, but she's really small too, and her feet are really her feet are actually smaller than Petal's, believe it or not. I'll have to do a side-by-side comparison of them sometime, of their feet and their size. I'll do that. But anyway, look how tiny these little shoes are. I mean, they're absolutely... And I had to make this pattern because I can't follow, I think I've mentioned this before, crochet patterns, so I have to figure it out myself. And so what I did is I just crocheted, I chained 6, and then I just did a single crochet around until I got 2 or 3 rows on each side, and then I just built up. I stopped and I started building up from there with a single crochet up on the sides of the shoe. So that was the bottom, the single crochet, and then around, and then that was the bottom, and then I built up, I think single crochets. I think it was single crochets. Maybe that's a double. You know what? I can only do this when I'm sitting down and actually doing it. And then I went back and I built up this little front area to hold the shoe on. And that's like it's a double crochet across, and then a single crochet to hold it on. And then I went back and then put this little pink satin, it's almost like a satin bow. It's not quite, it's kind of like a rope satin bow on there. And see how small her feet are? The shoe is actually even a little bit bigger than her feet. Look at those little toes. She's so cute. And then with the crown, I had to follow a picture. I got a picture off of eBay, enlarged it, and just kept looking at it, and I made some mistakes, and finally figured out, oh, this is how you do it. And I just guesstimated how many I had to chain to start the pattern out with. So I guesstimated like 45, and I still came up with an odd number up for these peaks here. I chained 45, and then I went from there. So, but I do them differently each time, and then I had to, you know, chain or thread the satiny ribbon through it, like that rope ribbon through it to put the bow, to tie the bow on, so it looked really pretty. So it was throughout the whole thing, so it made it a little bit tighter. I was going to dip the whole thing in starch to kind of stiffen it, but I didn't get to that, and I wasn't sure if I would like that idea or not. So I kind of weighted. And I made a bunch more, and I used different types of ribbon. I got the ribbon from Walmart. And I did these other ones that I did a little flourish on the top of these little peak things here of each crown. This is like a variegated purple crown. It's a much smaller, as you can tell. If I put it on Zsa Zsa's head, for example, see how much tinier it is, but it's really super cute. And that's what they sell. And they sell these crowns for, gosh, how much are they? They're anywhere from $7.99 to $14.99, and they come from overseas. And I used the smallest gauge needle that I had. It's a tiny, tiny needle. Actually, I have a bone needle crochet hook that I have had since I was about 13. And so I've had it for many, many years. And I still have it. I can't believe it survived all these years in my stuff. And I started out using that, and then I went to an aluminum needle because it was just easier with this thick yarn. Because I think yarns are thicker nowadays or something. They're not what they used to be. The type of yarn, they're more, I don't know if they're acrylic or what, but the yarns were different back in when I was a kid. Anyway, so here's a this is like a, it's not quite blue, it's more of a teal blue. And then here's one that I messed up on, so I had to put a double layer in there. Underneath I put like another layer, and then I went back and tipped it with pink, so it's a yellow. See, it's way too big for her. It's huge. This almost fits Abe, not quite. It would be almost too big for Cornelius too. But it's really huge. I mean, it would fit her, but it's pretty big. It's a yellow with pink, and then it has a deep pink, and then it has a really light pink. That same light pink on hers. Ribbon, satin ribbon. And then here's a really deep teal. This is a really deep, deep teal with a shiny deep teal ribbon, which I found. And I put that same deep teal on this ribbon on this this light teal crown. And then here's a real pretty, like baby blue almost, with the baby blue ribbon, satin ribbon. And then here's a blue and yellow crown. It's got the blue on the bottom and the yellow on the top, with the yellow satin ribbon in the middle. So, but this one's kind of like, see how it's like floppy. It's kind of cool. That's kind of fun. I mean, none of my crowns have stood straight up like I was hoping that they would. They're kind of floppy, almost like jester hats, instead of standing straight up like a crown you would expect it to. But I don't know. I'm still working on them. Tell me what you think. I mean, Zsa Zsa's kind of stands up straight. I'm following a certain pattern to make sure that I get this big peak on every single, you know, area. But I notice the bigger I make the crown, the more issues I have with them standing up straight. See, this wants to flop. So, and I'm making my stitches as tight as I can. I have a problem with that. Making my stitches really super tight, even though I use a little tiny needle. So those are my crowns. Tell me what you think, and why Zsa Zsa decides which crown she really likes. I think she likes the pink the best because she's a girly girl, but she could wear several of those, I think. Alright, thanks so much and for watching, and tell me what you think of the slippers too. Like I said, I kind of had to make those up in my own pattern. I made a second pair of blue ones, but I haven't, they're put away because I haven't, I made one and then I went back, made the second one, and realized I made the second one a little bit different. So I have to go back and make two exactly the same, following the first one and following the second one, so I have a pair for 1 and for 2. I hope you followed that. so that I have a pair for each one of 1 and 2. Scratch that. Alright. I'll show you them when I get them done. I don't really care for them as much. They're okay. Alright, thanks so much for watching. Take care, you guys. Oh, I think I'm tired. Bye-bye.